This is the reason why this is called the Catastrophic Cosmo. Action. Hey guys, welcome back to the Mazda Cosmo, or Catastrophic Cosmo 110s. Now this is an iconic 1970 rotary powered car. It's called a Catastrophic Cosmo for a reason, because literally the whole car is a catastrophe. There's just holes everywhere. Now this was sandblasted, we primed it, and we've obviously stripped it of everything and started the rust repairs, but there are holes all over the car, on the back, on the floor, on the front, on the top, on the bottom, just everywhere. Now, it's our mission to get this car back on the road in one solid, majestic, nice piece. Now, in the previous episode, we started on this bottom sill here. We cut a whole host of rust out. In this episode, we're going to continue on this bottom sill, hopefully work forward, and then get onto that floor pan and the front sill. Right, now that I've done that inner sill, I've got it all welded to the floor section, so that's the main structure, well, kind of the main structure back into that section. Now, I'm going to move on to this, which is also an inner sill, but this is like a strengthener that goes on this section here, just where like your jacking point is. So this actually goes on here, just like that. And this that you can see on the outside is part of this. Now, this is actually a separate panel to this, because this rear quarter section here and this inner door jamb actually comes over this section here. So this is part of this sill, and this basically flies underneath that, and it's joggled, as you can see there, it goes underneath. So I need to make this, I need to put a little lip on the bottom as well so it goes onto the floor. So I can make this, and then I can finally get this section on here, which is part of the door jamb, and then finally get that outer sill on. Right, so I've made this panel. This fits absolutely perfectly to where it needs to be. Now, I know what you're thinking, Ryan, you've made it too short, but that is not the case, because if you remember, we've got this panel here, and we've got this section which lies on top of this section. So I need to extend this to go on top of this. So this gets extended just on top of that, and then this little swoopy swoop thing comes down onto the top of that as well. So this is exactly how big it needs to be. I can get some holes drilled on this, I can get this welded on, get it primed on the inside, etc., get it welded on, and then I can use this cut-off piece to then put on top of there and form that lap situation that's going on there. So I'm going to get this welded on and then do this. Bada bing, bada boom. That was an absolute pain. Now, to get this sort of curve, the actual curve is easy itself, but then this side here is actually lower than this side. So you're trying to like curve it like that and then try and curve it like that as well to separate the metal. So that's why I had to end up cutting it and just bashing the heck out of it to try and get it to where I needed it to be. But the good thing is that it's where I need it to be, which is nice. So I've tried the door on, the door fits really well, except for when the hinge got caught up there, which that's a different story. Anyway, so now we can get onto this panel, which my dad made in the previous episode, or this episode, I can't remember. Anyway, this panel goes onto here like that, and that gets welded. It gets spot welded right down here, or plug welded, should I say, and plug welded down here. Now, I do need to put a bend on it to obviously tuck it underneath this floor section here, which I'll do now, and then I can get this welded on and finally get this area complete. But then we're going to move on to that rusty, really rusty, holy floor and sill section, which there's hardly anything left of. Look at that. Would you look at that? Now, here's the old panel right here. Look at that. Bada bing, bada boom. That fits really well. Now, it took quite a lot of bashing on this, as I mentioned, and then I had to nicely, you know, thread this in. This sort of angle here, I think I need to slightly amend that, but I'm going to do that once I get this bottom sill section on here, which is what I'm going to do next. So, this has got a bit of a round in it, and then it's got a lip on it to go onto the floor section. So I'm going to make that next, and then I'm going to start cutting all of that abomination out there, which is an absolute catastrophe. And yeah, see how much more rust we've got to attend to. Look at this absolute majesticness. This turned out really well, actually. The lines look good. There's a little tiny curve on here, which is awesome. All these lines in. You can still kind of just see where the welding is, but obviously we need to tidy that up, get a little bit of filler on there. Bada bing, bada boom. Now I'm gonna uncover all of the unmajesticness which is in here. So you can actually see where this panel here has separated from the sill, because there's actually a joint here, and there's a lot of lead loaded in there as well. So you can actually kind of see where it's kind of separated there, and it's torn away. Anyway, I'm gonna expose all of this to see exactly where the panel joint is, and then I might do this little section here, repair that, and then move on to this, because I don't want to cut all of this situation out and then, like I say, things sag, things move, you know, all that sort of stuff. So I'll uncover this, see what's underneath here, see if I can repair this first, and then I can move on to this corner. Right, I don't really know what to say about this whole catastrophiness, to be honest, but this is the reason why, for those of you who are new to the channel, this is the reason why this is called the Catastrophic Cosmo, because this is literally a catastrophe. I mean, this car is falling apart by the seams. I know I was talking about structure earlier, not disturbing the structure, but there's no structure left in it. There's literally nothing. I mean, look at this. Look at all this structure that is non-existent. But anyway, I've got to somehow rebuild this. But I think now is a good time to say that that's going to be it for this video, because look at the amount of situations we have got to contend with right now. I think I'm going to leave that to next episode, because we've done an awful lot and I just want to go home and cry, to be honest. But that's going to be it for this episode. Do make sure you smash that like and subscribe button for my sanity, because I'm literally driving myself insane, or I'm going to go home and cry, one of the two. But yeah, smash that like and subscribe button. Catch you in the next episode, where we're going to try and attempt to figure out this whole cluster of situations that's going on here. Yeah.